Alright, in this video we're going to look at how to manage a test once you have it created. Again, this test we created from the test item pool. In a future video we will look at how to create questions on your own, but we'll also touch upon that briefly here. So I created this test called nouns and pronouns. So now to edit this test, I make sure that test is selected and available here, and I'm going to go to Test and Edit, and you'll see a window similar to the window we saw when we created the test, except it does add a few things. First thing I can do here is, because this test has nothing to do with nouns and pronouns, I'm going to rename it Comprehension. Okay. I can choose to allow other teachers to copy this test or not, so I'm going to click yes in case the teacher wants to use it. I can allow students to see the full report. That allows them to see how they do on the test, basically as soon as they're finished. The other added things that I have here is I can limit the number of questions, even of the 10 I selected, to a certain number, and I can weight different sections of the test if there are different sections. I can also add a password for someone to have to enter to take the test if I want to. I'm not going to do that. Basically all I'm going to do is change the name here. I'll update the test, and now the title of the test is Comprehension. Other things that I can do with this test is that I can move the test. Let's say I had put it in the wrong section, or I want it on the main level of my directory here. Again, with the test selected, I can go to Cut. See how the test is highlighted here. I'm now going to click on the root of my directory here, go back to Test, and paste, and that test is now on the root level of that directory. Obviously that's not where I want it, so I'm going to do the same thing again. I'll select the test, I'm going to cut it, select my language arts folder, and paste it back in that folder. When I go to edit, remember again as well, so I'm going to come back to the test, I'm going to edit one more time. I can tell it where I want it to go, sort after language arts. Okay, so I'm going to sort it after comprehension and see if that changes it. Oh, here's what I need to do. Let's do the right thing. I'm going to go to test and edit one more time, and the thing that's confusing is I have the language arts folder and the language arts test. I want it after the language arts folder but before the language arts test, so I'll select that language arts, hopefully, update, and now comprehension language arts test. Now, part of managing a test also is working with questions within the test. So we're going to touch on that just a little bit, and then we'll get in more detail in the next video. But if I don't like this first question, for example, I can select that question here, and then I can go, instead of test, I would go to question and edit or delete, so I could delete that question. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now, but I could. If I want to add a new question to a test, again I go to question, new, and here I have the different types of questions, and again we'll cover these in the next video. But if I want to go back to the item pool to select a new question from the item pool, I would select item pool. It takes me back to this window. I could select another question or set of questions, add those to this test. Again, I'm not going to do that right now, so I'll just click on finish. But that is how you can edit a test, how you can move a test once it's in a folder. Again, from here you can also, if you decide you don't want the test, you can delete the test from here.